Okay, so we will continue. So if we want to print double quotes on the screen, what we have to do? First write backslash, then write double quotes. Again you write backslash double quotes. Then only it is printed. Okay. See, if I don't write this percentage, what happens? Simply if I write backslash double quotes, again backslash double quotes. So what happens is, like, this computer science will word will not come, so it will come like this. Okay. So if we don't write percent yes, so just it will come to double quote symbol, and you cannot expect double quotes on the screen without writing backslash. So this will not print these two double quotes. Okay, only if I write backslash before first double quotes, then again before second double quotes, then only we can expect double quotes on the screen. Okay, then only we can expect double quotes on the screen. Okay, so this point to remember, even for single quotes also same thing, backslash single quotes backslash single quotes, for double quotes backslash double quotes backslash double quotes. So in between these two I need computer science word. So then you have to write percent yes, because it is stored in str variable. So in this variable it is stored, so you write percent yes. Then after that I need the length of that, so write percent d. Length means integer value, right? So I have to write percent d, and it is stored in n. Okay, so now here you can expect the word computer science. So length of the string computer science is 16. So again I will tell you, if I want double quotes to be printed on the screen, use backslash double quotes, and again one more time backslash double quotes, it will print the double quotes on the screen. Okay, so this is about length of the string. So now you can take this screenshot. Okay, fine. So next we will move to the second operation, that is to combine two strings. Fine. So here concatenate meaning combine. The function is used to combine two strings, that is strcat. Strcat of s1 comma s2 concatenates s2 on to the end of s1. So here we have to combine two strings. So when we combine two strings, we should know whether the first string is combined to the end of second string, or second string is combined to the end of first string. That we have to know. So here s1 is a first string, s2 is a second string. So s2 second string will be combined to the end of the first string. That means concatenates s2 on to the end of s1. So we will see how it works. So I have taken the example here. Okay. See, when you execute the program, if you are getting error, so don't forget to add header files. Okay, stdio.h, console input output.h, and in this case string.h. Okay, so I have taken two strings. So one is str1, that is computer word. See, if you observe this string, after letter r, I have given one blank space. So if you give this blank space, then in the output you can expect this blank space. Otherwise, if I don't give blank space here, in the output also these two words are combined like this. Of course, two words are combined, but let us combine with one blank space. That looks neat. Computer space science. Okay, for that reason I have given blank space here. Either you give in the first string or in the second string starting only. Leave one blank space, then you write science. So this also works like this only. So computer word, after that one blank space, then science. Okay. Either at the end of the first string or at the beginning of the second string, you give the blank space. So how it works, we'll see. See, when I print str1 first time, it prints computer. str2 first time, it prints science. Then at the end, you look at the last printf statements. If I print one more time str1, it is printed as computer science because it is combined. String 2 is combined to the first string. So first string will become computer and science both. Okay. So for that function, we have to write like this: strcat of str1 comma str2. Okay. First you write first string comma, next you write second string. Second string will be combined to the end of the first string. Okay, so our first string has become computer science if you observe. Okay, so you print 3 times, then you will come to know. Print the first string, print the second string, again print the first string after combining. That means after this statement is executed, strcat of str1 comma str2. So then it prints computer science full word. Okay, so you take this screenshot. Okay, fine. Next, we will move to the next operation, that is, so copy contents of one string to another. See, there is a difference between combining and copying. Both are not same here. Okay, let us see what is the difference. The function used to copy contents of one string to another is strcpy. Okay, so syntax is same, strcpy s1 comma s2. So there it was strcat of s1 comma s2. Here strcpy of s1 comma s2 copies s2 into s1. Okay, that means copies second string into first string. Okay, it is not first to second, second to first. So copies s2, that is after comma what you write, the string is copied to the before comma what you write, that string. Okay, so before comma you write one string, after comma symbol you write another string. So after comma what you write, that is copied to the string which we have written before the symbol comma. Okay, so s2 into s1. Okay, so now we will see program to copy the contents of one string to another. So here what I have done, I have taken first string as computer, second string I have not taken anything, I have just left it as blank. Okay, just give the maximum size, how many contents we want to store, then you stop it, don't write anything. Okay, so you see that when you give this size, you give size more than the number of characters present in the first string, because you are copying, right? So enough space should be there. So in the word computer we have 8 characters, more than that, so you give 10 characters long. Okay, so enough space should be there. If you give 20 also, it is correct. The only thing is you should have enough space to copy the contents of the string. Okay, next, you print first time, you print string 2. So what it will print, it will print nothing, because we have not initialized the string. In the declaration part we have not given any value. Okay, next you copy it. So here how I am copying is, like, I have not written str1 comma str2, I have written str2 comma str1. So it means that after the symbol comma, whatever the string you have written, it is copied to the string which we have written before comma symbol. So here after the symbol comma I have written str1, before the symbol comma I have written str2. So after the symbol comma str1, that is copied into the string str2. Okay, so if you go according to the syntax, actually I should write str1 comma str2, right? In this way also we can do it. Okay, see, however you write first string comma second string or second string comma first string, however you write, the procedure is whatever the string present after the symbol comma, that is copied into the whatever the string present before the comma symbol. So here I have put the diagram, see, you can understand. Okay, so str1 to str2. If you write str1 and str2, that is first if you write str1, later if you write str2, same operation only. Okay, it doesn't change. Yeah. So you look at this arrow mark, will come to know. In this way it is copied. Okay. Now according to that, in this program, First time str2 contains nothing. After str1 is copied into str2, so in str2 also computer word will come. So here it is copy paste, not cut paste. So I have to remember, if I copy contents of str1 to str2, str1 will not become empty. Okay, don't think in that way. str1 is also computer, str2 is also computer, so it is copy paste. So in normal thing we do, right, copy paste and cut paste. In case of copy paste, original contents will remain as it is. In case somebody is speaking, please mute from your side. Hello? Okay, fine. So when we do copy paste, original contents will remain as it is. In the destination location, the contents are copied. When we do cut paste, original contents will be lost. Okay. So here we are doing copy paste. So that str1 is also computer, str2 is also computer. So after this operation, strcpy of str2 comma str1, so both will become uh, computer word, strings with the word computer. Okay. So if you come across any doubt, you just put in a chat box. Okay. So next operation is compare two strings. So you can take this screenshot. Next. The next operation is to compare two strings. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Compare two strings. So here we have two functions, strcmp and strcmpi. So let us see how it works. This function is used to compare two strings with case sensitive. That means uppercase and lowercase is also considered. Okay. So we'll see strcmp of s1 comma s2. See here, some functionality is there here. Okay, that functionality is this function will return value. So it returns values. The values are 0, less than 0, or greater than 0. Three values it will return, either 0 or less than 0 or greater than 0. Either one of the values it will return. If it returns 0, then both strings are same. If it returns either less than 0 or more than 0, both strings are not equal. So this is the concept. Again I will tell you, if this function returns the value 0, both strings are same. That means both strings are equal when we have compared. If it returns either less than 0 or greater than 0, then both strings are not equal. So only if it returns a 0 value, then the both strings are equal. So when we say like that, like one value it can return 0, another value it can return other than 0, then it will act like a condition, because in programming language 0 means false, 1 means true. But here just we shall consider like it will return either 0 or other than 0. Other than 0 means either it can be positive number or negative number, more than 0 or less than 0. So now, if at all, if it is returning in that way, then we need to put this function in a if condition, because in if condition only we can compare like that, whether it is equal to 0 or less than 0 or more than 0. In if condition, we can compare these three values. So we have to put this function in if condition. So you have done here, see. So you just consider this program. So what I have taken is, like, first string I have taken computer, second string also I have taken computer. The difference what I have done is, in the first string capital letter T have used, in second string small letter t have used, because here I want to tell you there is a comparison with case sensitive. That means uppercase and lower case is also considered. Both are not considered equal, both are considered differently. So I have taken one, at least one letter in capital letter in first string. Okay, that is the word T. So when it compares these two strings, COM PUTR and again COM PUTR, so it will return either less than 0 or more than 0. So I will tell you how it is. A little bit explanation is required for this. See, so first string is COMPUTR. Just a minute. So this is STR1. Okay. Okay. Next string is STR2 is equals to COMPUTR. So this is the second string. Fine. So how it compares is like, so it will take the ASCII value of character C from STR1, then ASCII value of character C from STR2. It will take these ASCII values. So ASCII value of C in STR1, it is 99. So how did I say? Means, like, small letter A 97, small letter B 98, small letter C 99. So that is the sequence from 97 to till Z. And capital letter A 65, capital letter B 66, till capital letter Z it goes in sequence. So if the small letter C has got 99 ASCII value, whether it is in the first string or in the second string, ASCII value will be same, right? If I have used in the second string, ASCII value will not change. So this is also 99. So ASCII value of character C from STR1 is 99. ASCII value of character C from STR2 is 99. If both are 99, you just find out the difference. Here don't say subtraction, just difference you have to say. So difference we will get it as 0. 99 minus 99 is 0. Okay. Similarly, if you consider other letters, small letter O, small letter O, 100% we will get it at 0 only, because ASCII values will be same. Again, small letter M, small letter M, small letter P, small letter P, U also same. When it comes to T, so ASCII, let me write here. So ASCII value of T from STR1, then ASCII value of small letter T from STR2. Here it is a difference. See, just I am writing some value. If it is not exact value also, it's okay. So capital letter A 65, capital letter B 66, capital letter C 67. In that way, let us consider like somewhere 77. Okay. So between 65 to 96 it is there. Similarly, small letter A 97, small letter B 98, small letter C 99. We can consider like 116, somewhere it is, or 1110, somewhere. Okay. Now you find out the difference here. 77 minus 110 or 110 minus 77. Anyways, you have to find out the difference. So if you find out the difference, in the first case you are getting here negative value, because 77 minus 110 is negative value, right? And in the second case you are getting positive value. Okay. Some value. So in both the cases you are not getting 0, either less than 0 or more than 0. Okay. So if any one letter happens like that, say till U we got 0, C minus C, O minus O, M minus M, P minus P, U minus U. But when it comes to T, capital letter T ASCII value is different, small letter T ASCII value is different. If the ASCII values are different, so difference of those ASCII values will not get it as 0. So it will be either more than 0 or less than 0. So when if it happens for any single letter in both the strings, then we can say both strings are not equal, because we will not get the final result 0. So final result of strcmp will not be 0. So if I write the condition, if strcmp of str1 comma str2 is equals to 0, then we can say both strings are equal. If it is not equals to 0, either more than 0 or less than 0, then we can say strings are not equal. So when it happens, when we are using any one capital letter or small letter, if we change in the uppercase and lowercase, it happens like that. Okay. So this is about strcmp. So when we go to the strcmpi, what happens? Okay. Okay, strcmpi, what happens? It will not consider the case sensitive. Either it is capital letter or small letter, both considered as same. So at the back end, how it works, we will not worry, because these functions are written in standard library header files, that is in string.h header file. Again, we have to go to the string.h header file, we have to look each line, and we have to search for the strcmp and strcmpi, how it works. But the end result, we know how it works. End result is, it will not consider whether it is uppercase or lowercase. If the character matches, then it is printed, it is equal. See here, if you see COMPUTER, both strings are equal here. It will not worry about whether you have used capital letter or small letter. If the letters are same, then it is printed as it is equal. Okay. So now you can take this screenshot. So in strcmp, I indicates ignore the case. You should not worry about whether uppercase or lowercase. Just if the letters are same, then it will print. See, if suppose in the str2 COMPUTE, till there it matches. Okay. Again, one more time, if you use E instead of R, if I use E, then it prints not equal, because letters only is not matching. In the first string it is R, last letter. In the second string it is E. So letters only it is not matching, so it will print not equal. If the letters are matching, and if we are using capital letter to small letter or small letter to capital letter, then it is fine. Okay. So now you can take 2 screenshots here. Okay. So next program screenshot you take down. That is strcmpi. Okay, fine. So last string handling function is to reverse a given string. Okay. So the function used to reverse a given string is strrev. Okay, string reverse. The meaning is string reverse. It's very simple. So whatever the string you give, it is reversed in the output. Okay, here I have given ABCD. If I say strrev of str, so if you look at the output, reverse string is DCBA. Okay, same string it will be reversed. Okay, I have taken ABCD, it is reversed as DCBA. So this is about string handling functions. In addition to this, we have character handling functions that I will tell you, because if I want to take single character and do any operations, then we can do. So within 10-15 minutes, we can complete this. So till 12:30, I will take the class. Just a minute. Okay. See, character handling functions means if I want to do the operation not for the entire string but for a specified character, okay, that we can do, or for single character. So the character manipulation functions are defined in ctype.h. Okay, that is the header file, character type.h. The function, see, first function is alpha. See, when we use the word is in English, that means it's like asking a question: is it right? Is it wrong? So that means it's like asking a question. If I ask a question in that way, answer will be yes or no. If I say is it right? Yes, it is right. If I say is it wrong? No, it is correct. Like that. Yes or no answers will be there for the questions like which starts from the word is, right? Similarly, here also we have the functions starting from the word is. Okay. Some 3 to 4 functions and some other functions without the word is. I will tell you both. Is alpha. So is alpha means the function is used to check whether a given character is alphabet or not. It returns true if the character is an alphabet, otherwise it returns false. Because when we type a character from the keyboard, either we can capital letter or small letter or any symbol or any digit, right? Whenever we type the characters from the keyboard, either you type capital letter or a small letter or a digit or a symbol. So when you are typing capital letter or small letter, it should say it is an alphabet. When you are typing other than the capital letters and small letters, then it should say it is not an alphabet. So you just to look at this program. So these programs are very, very easy. Just you should know how to use. That's all. Okay. Just a minute. Okay. So here, just to take one character variable, you enter one character. Okay, enter a character, you enter one character. So two times you execute this program. One first time you enter either capital letter or small letter, but it should be letter from A to Z. Next time you enter either the digit or a symbol. Okay, then you can notice the difference. So when you enter capital letter or small letter, it prints it is an alphabet. When you enter other than an alphabet, it prints it is not an alphabet. The function used here is if is alpha. So is alpha function we are using. So when we use is alpha function, write it in a if condition. So when you write an if condition, if is alpha of C, that means C means here either M or 7, whatever you have typed in the on the screen. Okay. So when you type M, so it prints M is an alphabet. When you type 7, it says 7 is not an alphabet. Say in the previous program, in the previous programs, I said if you want to use single quotes or double quotes on the screen, you have to put like this: backslash single quotes, again backslash single quotes. Then only it will print single quotes on the screen. Just if you type single quotes, it will not print. For single quotes and double quotes, you have to follow this rule. Backslash double quotes will print double quotes. Backslash single quotes and again backslash single quotes will print single quotes. So before M, I need single quotes starting. After M, single quotes ending. So I have written backslash single quotes %C backslash single quotes. So it will print M is an alphabet or else 7 is not an alphabet. So I have used is alpha function. Okay. So you can take this screenshot. So some 5 to 6 functions are there, we can finish it. Okay. So next function, similar to is alpha, we have the function called as is digit. So actually these functions looks very simple, but in big applications, in some big programs, we'll come to know the applications. Okay, how these are used. Okay. Next function is a digit. This function is used to check whether a given character is a digit or not. Okay, it returns to if the character is a digit or false. Uh, because when we type anything from the keyboard, as I said, we can type either the digit or a letter or a symbol. Okay, a capital letter, small letter, or a digit or a symbol. So if you want to check whether the typed character is a digit or not, then use in this way. If is a digit of C, print it is a digit, otherwise it is not a digit. See, directly you can write here in place of C. If you write directly like say 7, then also it works, but it will not allow user to enter the value if you use it directly in the program. So if you want to allow user to enter the value on the screen, then you have to use the variable. Okay, so in two ways we can use these functions: either directly the letter or a character or a symbol or a digit in the function itself, or put the variable here. In that variable it will be stored. When we execute the program, in that variable the value will be stored. Okay, so this is easy digit. You can take the screenshot of this. Okay, fine. So next we have two more functions, small, very simple functions. That is, just a minute. Okay, so this function is to upper. Okay, TOUPPER. This is a function which is present in character type dot header file, that is character manipulation functions. This function converts a lowercase letter to an uppercase, and if the character itself is an uppercase, it will not convert to lowercase. Only if it is lowercase, it is converted to uppercase. Okay, fine. So program to convert a lowercase letter to an uppercase. So we have to see this function. We need not use in if condition, because it will not return true or false. Remember, this function will not return true or false or 1 or 0. It will convert, that's all. When you type lowercase letter, it is converted to uppercase. If you type uppercase letter, it remains as same. Just a minute, here I will change the variable names because you might get confusion here. Okay. So this should come in one line actually. Just a minute. Right. So here I have taken two variables. One is ch and another one is c. Enter a character. So in the output, I have to enter the character. Say I have entered small letter a. So when we enter the letter, so it is stored in ch variable. Okay. So that ch variable you need to pass to this function, that is to upper, TOUPPER, to upper. So when you send this variable to upper function, it will convert to lower uppercase and it will return. Okay, here it will not return true and false, it will return the actual letter. It will convert to uppercase and it will return. Then finally, this C variable will contain the converted letter. That is, if you have typed lowercase letter, it is converted to uppercase and it is stored. If you have typed capital letter itself, then it remains as same. So if you observe this printf, backslash single quotes percent %c backslash single quotes, that means this letter I wanted to print in single quotes, I have written in that format in the printf statement. Okay, so a in uppercase is, so it is printed capital letter A. So in this variable C, capital letter A will be stored, so it is printed as A in uppercase is A. Similar to this function, we have to lower function, so this also works in the same manner. Okay, just a minute. See, look here. So this function converts an uppercase letter to lowercase. If the letter itself is in lowercase, then it remains as it is. Okay. Only the difference between these two programs are, in the first program I have printed in uppercase, in the second I have printed in lowercase. Okay. Uh, just a minute. Okay. Fine. So enter a letter, enter a character. You can say enter a letter or a character. So if you write in capital letter, that will be converted to lowercase and it is printed. If you type in lowercase letter itself, lowercase only, then it prints as it is. Okay. So this is about character manipulation functions. Okay. So string manipulation functions and character manipulation functions. So you can take the last screenshot here. That is, if you take either uppercase or lowercase, the other one you can understand. It's not a problem. So the last function to lower, you can take this screenshot.